that hear those sirens every day. They're out there every day, risking their lives to save the lives of others and protect property. And if that's what you do, then this song right here is for you. This one's for the firefighters. This one's for the firefighters. This one's for the firefighters. Firefighters. Fire. This one's for the firefighters. The backdrafters, cutting with a K-12 through the rafters. The brave hearts that live the dream. The geared up, standby, RIT team. This one's going out to all the firefighting real men. Swinging that axe like a lumberjack and the hooligans with Halligans. FDNY, the 343 to die. Wildland brush fires, lighting up that sky for miles. We got everybody running out the building, but they're running in. Task force and the strike team. This one here's for all of them. Yes, sir. Make no mistake about it, sir. This is a tribute. This is a dedication to pay homage to all of those who represent that Maltese cross and all that it stands for, sir. Now, there are a lot of people out there that may not understand what this song is about. Well, this is not for you. I'm here to tell you this is for those who put their lives out on the line, who live by the fire code and are willing to die for the brotherhood. This one's for the outlaws running call to call, putting that sledgehammer through the wall, pulling out people in a speed crawl, then put out the fire and overhaul. This one's going out to the last man out that stayed down low when the roof smoked out, that never leave a man down in the house. Then 180 loud to bail out. This one's for the chiefs and all the captains and the LTs, recruits and the retirees, for the rookies and the probies. Can't stop, special ops, scuba hazmat tech and trauma hot. Mayday call drops, get them out with a rescue now. We got men and women living and dying for what they know is good. Vital mission understood. This one's for the brotherhood. Yes, sir. This dedication right here is our way of saying thank you. Thank you to all firefighters worldwide. Thanks for the inspiration, especially those who died in the line of duty. Never forget that day when so many brothers and sisters passed away. They gave their lives to save the lives of you and me. A firefighter's concern is for those who are in need. They have the strength, heart, and wisdom to serve whenever calling may be. This is Class 120, sir, coming out of the Fire Academy at Indian River State College. We're wearing full PPE, on air, pass activated, with the wind at our back and a charge engine 3/4 attack line. We've checked that door for heat. There are no backdraft conditions. We've got our set of irons ready, sir. We're forcing entry. Indian River State College, Fire Academy, Class 120.
There's also live footage of Ken.
There's a time for work, and there's a time for play. Six Flags. It's playtime.
Ken's counseling couch. It's playtime. Wait, no, that doesn't sound right. I can't do that. Damn it. I'll have to come up with a different slogan. I guess I can't steal that one. That's kind of shitty. So much for that idea. But such is life. All right. So let's let me redo the entire speech I just gave while I was not streaming, apparently, which kind of upsets me, but whatever. It happens. Some of us are still figuring this out, and Why is my monetization? Oh, I'm already limited for this. I guess I have to request review. Request review. Let's see if I can do that now. So this, yeah, I didn't even start the stream, and I guess the monetization wasn't allowable. Apparently, talking about 9/11 is a bad thing. Yeah, well, it's limited. Yeah, so demonetized. It didn't take all of it. Obviously, some people have given super chats, which you can do now officially. You can super chat on my actual show, on my show. But remember, YouTube takes 30%. If you do it through iPhone or anything like that, it also takes another 30%. So if you're going to do it. There's a little bit of a better way to do it if you do want to do super chats. That way, it doesn't take all of the damn money, because it's kind of shitty to how they do it. And then trying to get this next scene loaded up here. So what I was trying to say while I was apparently not live because I didn't press the fucking go live button in the right thing, yeah, you can, is that 9/11 actually holds a special place in my heart. Growing up, my dad was a firefighter. He was a chief, actually, at the fire department. He was at the volunteer fire department we worked out of. Well, he was chief at the one, and then we switched fire departments whenever I was a bit older. And then that's the fire department I joined up at for several years as a junior firefighter. And then I moved to a different state to do my fire academy. I was a volunteer there. And he's been basically in the fire service since he's 14. I still remember watching 9/11 happen in school. Yes, I was still a young lad at the time. Not that much older than many people think. I will also briefly discuss the spurgout I've been having with 𝗦𝘂𝗿𝗵𝘁𝘀 in Nick's chats here at some point. But I've invited him on my stream for anyone who knows who that person is, and my goal of having him on stream. Apparently I'm lying about my name being Ken, which, oh God, help me, right? So if you're going to do it through the iPhone, you can go through the browser. If you go through the app, like the YouTube app, Apple takes their 30, and then YouTube takes 30% of the net of that, so not the gross. So it's somewhere like 40, so it's like 27% or something like that. I think Nick did the math about. So it ends up being, it's shitty, but still the best way to send tips is through StreamElements. So if you go to streamelements.com/Ken's Counseling Couch, or just go to supportken.com/tip, that is the quickest and best way to financially support me. If you want to send a message or a chat, that will get read on stream. If you want to still send regular super chats, that's fine too. Shortest mic, I know it's a bit triggering. I will give you that. Michael can be very triggering. I was really hoping Nick would bring me on last night to talk about Michael, but I'm gonna see if I can get Nick to let me come on and have a discussion about Michael, because Michael is, well, let's just say special. I would play Stephen Lynch right now, but I'm pretty sure that would get me yeeted off of this stream. So I'm gonna not do that today. Okay. Let me fix my stupid avatar thing here, because basically the one thing I haven't fixed yet and is its own independent thing is the talking avatar. I'm basically doing a window capture of what is it? A browser source with a Windows capture with OBS to capture the talking head, and then I'm just putting it on the stream so I have something visual that shows me talking. So please do bear with me as I figure this out. So the thing we'll be watching today, and let me go ahead and cut to that. So, and let me try and fix my freaking avatar in the process, because I have to leave the window open and like up, because if I maximize it but put something over it, then it won't work. It's really stupid how it works. Let me adjust the dimensions of this a bit. Okay, I think that'll work for now. But yes, jet fuel can't melt steel beams, atoms, and I'm going to literally have that entire discussion today because it's one of the most fucking infuriating things to ever hear. So, this video, or this documentary, it's called 9/11. I know, very creative, right? So basically, it's a documentary that was released about 6 months to the day after 9/11. And the fact that they put it out so fast was incredible. And what it is actually a documentary that was supposed to chronicle a rookie firefighter coming into his own, right? So the rookie firefighter goes through, and they go from the academy. They filmed him at the academy. It was a couple French brothers and a guy who was also a firefighter at FDNY. They were trying to film a rookie for this film they were doing. They ended up filming something way bigger than that. This film's about 2 hours long. I will make commentary through it, but I'm going to let it speak for on its own, because it is truly an amazing documentary. And I'm giving a legit warning now, because this is one of those things that does actually deserve a trigger warning. If you do have PTSD, if you do have something mental health related, that the scenes and images from this are gruesome. People are dying, and there's some just really awful shit that's going down in this video. And I don't want to subject anyone to that who doesn't want to watch. So that's my warning to you now, because there won't be a second one. I'm only doing it once. It's pretty much assumed at this point, if you're watching this, you're here. And then this is the one thing I wanted to show you guys before we get started, because this will mean, if I explain this to you now, it'll mean a lot different. It'll mean more once we get to this part of the actual documentary. But I'm going to switch to a different window real quick. So the window's not framed up the same, pardon that. Or wait, that fixes it. Okay, so you're going to need to listen. This is more about listening. You're going to hear a sound. The sound is from what's called a PASS device. If you know anything about firefighting or emergency management or shit like that, it stands for Personal Alert Safety System. What it is a device that when you stop moving for a certain period of time, it will start basically making a chirp sound. It will get louder, then it goes into a full alarm. Normally after 30 to 60 seconds of no movement, it's in full alarm. It's a pain in the ass as a firefighter, because it turns on automatically when you turn the bottle on, and it stays on until you turn off your bottle and bleed the air out of the line. At least the newer ones. The old ones used to be manually activated, but they integrated them. This sound is haunting, because every one of those means it's a down firefighter. And so I'm going to play this, and it's going to suck, because this really gets to me every time I listen to it. But this is actually really difficult to watch for me. So that's that. That's what that sound is. And just hearing one of those in any fire situation, on any fire ground, 𝗬𝗂𝗽𝗲𝗄, people actually have, if you go read the comments on that video, people have actually thought they were birds or it was car alarms. And they didn't know what it was when they watched the stuff go down 20 years ago. And they thought, oh, it must be this or that. And no, it's actually a firefighter's air pack. That's a firefighter not moving, or what remains of his air pack or pass device not moving, assuming it's still attached to him, assuming it wasn't damaged. So it's really shitty to hear that. It hurts to hear that. Like, I'm trying not to cry right now. It's literally that big of a deal. Because I can't imagine being on that fire ground that day. It would be... It's just awful. Also, as far as the jet fuel can't melt steel beams shit, you didn't need to melt the steel beams because you needed to weaken them. Is the way, and I've studied the World Trade Center collapse pretty thoroughly. I'm pretty well knowledged in fire engineering as it relates to building construction and what it takes to properly fight fires in structures. And the issue is that the fire protection they used in 9/11 in the World Trade Center buildings was a spray-on foam that got shook off from the impacts on the fire floors. It basically shook off all. It was just, the impact was so intense it blew the fireproofing off of the trusses. There's a saying in the fire service regarding trusses. While trusses are very strong, they are great structurally. There's the saying of don't trust a truss; they fail during fire. Because if you heat up a truss, they will begin to bow. And if you heat up steel to any point, you start to weaken the structure that is what is the cold steel. All you need to do is weaken it enough to get it to break. That's why you don't need to melt something. Now, you can heat it up and still deform it. You can heat it up, and when it's under enormous strain and load, it can cause a lot of things. And I know that there is a lot of people who are see, Connor, first, I hope your cousin was okay. 2, that's exactly part of the thing is the building shook, and you're actually going to see the buildings like behave in really weird ways, because the one video is from inside Tower 1, from inside when the building collapses. It's really, really crazy. But let's real quick. So, Bloop, the reason they fell into their own footprints is because of how they were constructed. Is it was it was a new design for the 60s and whenever they designed it. The guy who designed it was trying to help with an open floor plan, and there was a center core with an open floor plan with trusses that went from the core to the outsides of the building, with the outside structure being used to help support the floor. What happened is when your first floor gave, and you'll notice this when the towers collapse, you'll see the outside walls are still standing in a lot of places because the floors in the open floor plan gave way and collapsed on top of another. The weight of that caused it to collapse again and keep going. And so it takes a while before you'll start to see the outer walls of the tower begin to collapse on itself. That's the reason it pancaked in that way, is because of the design. It was designed in such a way that it would collapse like that. Your average building would probably not collapse like that because of how the build, say another building structure, the design isn't designed in such a way. So, but what we'll do is on the 6 month, 6 months to the day after 9/11 happened, this documentary came out. The brothers and Mike Hanlon, the firefighter who helped put this documentary together, they busted ass for 6 months, basically to put this together and to tell the story of what happened. We will watch an intro by Robert De Niro that aired during the initial one, and then we'll switch to the actual higher quality version of the film that added some extra things that wasn't shown in the initial 6 month release, but they added like a tribute to the firefighters who died and some other stuff because they were still identifying victims. But it wasn't so much designed like that, Bloop. It's just it happened to be that way. They designed the building to withstand a 707 flying low lost on the cloud impact. Again, calculated using slide rules and shit. There's some things you can't account for. You can't account for two planes attacking. It was an off. There was a lot to it. But what we'll do is we'll watch this intro by Robert De Niro. It's a couple minutes long, and then we'll jump into the film. I will comment as we go along on anything I feel is necessary. If you have questions, I will answer them as well. But this, to me, tells the story in a way that most people won't ever see, and I feel it deserves to be shared that way because it gives a side of it that most people won't see. So, but I'll go ahead and play this intro by Mr. De Niro, and we will kick this show off. So, all right. And then if there's any questions, tag me in chat, and I'll try to answer them as we go. So, all right. So play.
6 months ago tomorrow, these streets of New York changed forever. We all remember where we were that September morning. We remember how we heard the news, what we felt, what we saw. Tonight, you're going to meet three young filmmakers who also witnessed what happened that awful day. Only they saw it from the inside, and it's a view the rest of us haven't seen until now. I'm Robert De Niro. Last year, two French brothers, Jules and 𝗬𝗎𝗿𝗍𝗍, set out to make a film about a rookie New York fireman. They had no idea they would become eyewitnesses to the defining event of our time, but that they would capture the courage of those who faced hell on earth, and the miracle of a lucky few who survived. The story begins last summer. With the help of a friend and firefighter, James Hanlon, the 𝗬𝗎𝗍𝗍 brothers were allowed to follow the men of Engine 7 Ladder 1. It's one of the oldest firehouses in New York, just a few blocks from here. For months, the material they shot was routine, uneventful. September 11th was no different, until 8:46 that morning. Engine 7 Ladder 1 was one of the first to arrive at the World Trade Center. Jules 𝗬𝗎𝗍𝗍 was with him, and his camera never stopped rolling. It's the only footage from inside Tower 1. What you're going to see has been edited with great care. Still, some of the language is rough. After all, these men had never been tested like this before. This is the story of how the city's bravest rose to their greatest challenge on September 11th.
All right, now we're switching to the video in its full form. All right, so this is the original documentary, or this is the full documentary that not all of it was shown on TV. Because like I said, there were some edits that happened, I think, later that they made some changes to. Shit. There we go. That's just the logo of the guy who uploaded this video. Not mine. I didn't do that. Excuse me while I adjust the frame a little bit more to only keep in the actual frame.
When you work in a firehouse 7 blocks from the 2 tallest buildings in New York, you get to know every step, every staircase, every story.
Morning, Jim. Couldn't get too close to that razor blade.
I'm James Hanlon. I've been a New York City firefighter for 9 years at Ladder 1 downtown.
Again, this was 9 years in 2001/2002.
Last summer, the summer before 9/11, there were days we'd go to the Trade Center 5 times in a single shift.
We're going to also send you some help.
My point is, we knew those towers as well as anybody. But nobody expected September 11th.
Go to the Trade Center.
On that day, guys from my firehouse, my best friends, were some of the first firefighters into Tower 1 after the plane hit.
Every one of those is a body hitting the ground or hitting a vehicle.
What they did that day, what everyone there did, was remarkable.
Chief!
And almost as remarkable, it was captured on videotape, inside the tower, beginning to end. The tape was shot by 2 brothers, Jules and Gideon 𝗦𝘂𝗍𝗿.
Holy shit.
They're documentary filmmakers and old friends of mine.
I don't know. They always say there is always a witness for history, I guess. Or that day we're chosen to be the witness.
The strange thing is, the tape, the whole story, it kind of happened by accident. I mean, Jules and Gideon didn't mean to make a documentary about 9/11. We wanted to make a documentary about a firefighter. That's how the whole thing got started.
10, 1, 2, 3.
More to the point, the plan was to follow a rookie. On the job, we call them probies.
The idea was to show how a kid, almost, become a man in 9 months.
Which is their probationary period, where they have to prove themselves.
We teamed up, and by June of 2001, the 3 of us were out at the fire academy shooting the training. After a few weeks of learning the basics, a probie may think he knows what it takes to be a real fireman. He's in for a rude awakening.
So, probie became engulfed in fire. Another firefighter, no hood. Be prepared. Wear your gear. Go into
Yeah, that's a pretty
building,
shitty burn.
You never know what's going to happen.
The fire is starting to really roll over my head now. The force of it knocked me down, knocked my helmet off, and my hands were gone.
I take 3 steps into the apartment, and the floor gave way, and we all went. I'm trying to get my body off the ground now because I'm laying in boiling water. My right leg was paralyzed for 6 months.
This job is no joke.
When you get out, there's the real world. Don't be no hot dog show-off jerk. Pay attention to the senior men and do what you're told.
Toward the end of the initial training, we began looking for one out of the 99 new probies to follow.
My name's Paul Denver. John Carroll.
Antonios Benetatos. Tony for short.
I was a police officer.
For a while I was a pizza man, actually. An Irish pizza man in the Bronx. This is my first job. It sounds kind of cheesy, but I always kind of wanted to be a hero. And this is really the only thing you could do that you can do that.
Immediately we're like, okay, this is the kid. Let's go.
We got Tony assigned to my firehouse, one of the biggest in the city. It's Ladder 1, plus a whole other company, Engine 7.
I'm so glad I took this job. Can't beat it.
My wife, sometimes she gets like so frustrated at me because I'm so happy to come to work, you know? And she gets up in the morning, she's like, oh, I gotta go to work again. Meanwhile, I'm up 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, honey, I'm going to work.
It's very good, but it's... They are the greatest, incredible guys.
They're guys who fought some of the worst fires you can imagine.
Structural firefighting in New York's actually a difficult
the
thing.
unthinkable. Question was, would Tony be ready?
Terrified. This is what I want to do, but it's scary. I just hope I can do everything that I'm supposed to do, you know? Because I want to help these guys and I want to be a good fireman, but you know, I'm still worried about how I'm going to actually react when there's fire flying over my head. Here goes.
What's your first name?
Tony.
Oh. You come in on Thursday, right?
Thursday? I wasn't sure of that.
Thursday night.
I am not.
Do you need to sit down?
Thank
Want to
you.
stop calling me sir?
Thank you. I'm a little bit nervous.
All right.
What am I supposed to do when I come in the morning? Anything I should know?
Be on time.
I want to make sure I do everything I'm supposed to do.
Thing is, when you're a probie, what you're supposed to do
We gotta do the sheets. We change the sheets in the mornings.
is
Yeah,
pretty
you're the
much
bitch when you're the probie. You get to do everything.
More news and traffic coming up. It's 6:22.
Hold on 1 second. I think my noise suppression for the... There we go. That's a bit better.
Start up top and watch the rain down.
Probie rules. Probie always gets in the sink. Probie does not go in the TV room, ever. Probie
Poor
makes
Probie.
sure there's always hot coffee in the morning. Actually, I do not, sir.
You don't?
No.
Probie in a lot of trouble. Take two.
That's
I
funny.
think I'm doing decently. You know, I'm still waiting for a fire. That's all. Just waiting for a fire. And I think that'll you know, make a pretty big difference.
Engine, ladder.
Yeah, man, his shirt needs fucking ironed. Oh, I would have my probie lit up for that. All right, let's go. First fire. First fire, baby. Let's see what it is.
Should we grab that big long thing from the back too?
I'm a little embarrassed that he didn't know the term pike pole.
Thing is, guys say there's two kinds of probies.
Getting closer.
Black clouds and white clouds. When a black
Racist
cloud comes
cloud.
to the firehouse, that probie, he brings all the fires in the city with him. White cloud, just the opposite. No fires.
Don't get me wrong, there were fires. Just not when Tony was on duty. The kid was one very white cloud.
So what do you say? Does it feel like fire today? Or... Yeah? Okay, so we got a suspicious fire. Do we have any smoke condition at all? Negative. False alarm. What are you doing over there?
So did you catch a job or not?
No. I think it was just an elevator smoking.
Tony was ready though, right?
I was ready.
Tony was nervous, of course. Terribly nervous. And as the days would pass, Tony, waiting for his first fire,
wanted to prove to the other guys, and even more to himself, that he was going to be a real great fireman.
Like, Tony. I'll get back.
The guys were not going to make it easy on him.
No one was singling Tony out. We do it to every probie.
We're going to break your chops till you laugh about it.
Right.
Because that's how we do it.
All
We'll
right.
tease you to death until you start laughing.
Right. No problem.
You gotta love this stuff.
All right.
Sooner or later, and you will.
But before you can love it, you've got to learn it.
True story.
You got up there now. You got your helmet on, your bunker gear, and you got to get your mask on. How are you going to do that? Without
I actually know the answer to that question.
I don't know. When we hit, what's the best way to hit?
On one knee.
Hit.
It's hot in here. Hurry up. Make a quick sweep. It's hot. You gotta go under the bed. Go under the bed.
The next time you do this for real, you're going to be more cautious.
Right.
You did fine. All I want you to do is learn to relax.
All right.
You got to remain calm.
Okay.
So you got to control that surge.
Okay.
Okay?
Not bad. No. Not bad. And that handwriting's getting better already.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Payday today, baby.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. For 2 weeks, I got $672.25.
You gotta be kidding me. You couldn't even buy a six-pack with that. Holy crap.
It's starting pay, you know? If I wanted to get rich, I would have become a lawyer. But
So that 2-week salary today would be $961.35 for 2 weeks worth of
A
pay.
lot of the guys feel that way.
You need to get up in the morning and look yourself in a mirror and say you're doing something with your life.
Somebody's in there. Hit the door.
You do your job, you risk your life to help people. And with time, you become part of a unique, extended family.
This right here is why I love being the family, the community, like the camaraderie is every bit of it. It's the best part. Nothing beats it.
We do a lot of things with our families together. You know, you got a bunch of guys here that just, they want to be here.
Just making some onions and mushrooms for the steaks. How you doing, Jimbo, huh? Doing pretty good? Yeah? I'm gonna go. Ah, this is good song here.
Tell me one other job where everyone sits down to dinner together every night.
Sit down, Steve. You gotta be tired now.
Let me help you, because I think I'm the only guy that helps in this firehouse.
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart.
it's been 4 weeks, I think, 5 weeks, something like that. And I'm still no fire. It'll come. Probably when I'm asleep and not ready for it. That's when it'll come.
It's 2:30 in the morning, bro. You can sleep. You can.
All right.
Trust me. When the alarm goes off, they'll come and get you.
Okay.
Engine, ladder.
Go down, Stan!
I got to spray water. You're getting closer.
There you are, Tony. Look, your first fire. And it was a car fire, no less.
That's all right. My first fire was a garbage can fire on West Broadway in Franklin.
Listen, Tony was getting closer. But for the record, that was some flame. It wasn't a real fire.
It's a nice little fire for a little fire.
It's going to be a fun 20 years.
Hey, there's fire over here. Here's the fire, see? Stretch a line, put out the stakes.
By the
Connor,
end of
it's also
August,
2001,
we knew
remember.
that we had a great cooking show, and there were no fires.
Waiting for a job, that was a very big concern. But every time we would talk with some of the senior guys, they always told us, well, be careful what you wish for.
Yesterday, a 27-year-old firefighter, Staten Island, he was stationed, went to a job and he passed away. This guy left behind a 2-year-old son and a baby on the way. You know, this dude was just expecting to go home and see his girlfriend after the tour that
Yeah,
day.
that's sad.
Well, we'll go to the funeral on Saturday, and what can you say?
I look back to last summer, and it doesn't just seem like a different time. It seems like a different world. At the time, we didn't think there could be anything worse than losing a single firefighter. I mean, looking back, we were kind of innocent, especially Tony.
A bunch of the guys were talking about what different parts usually get them at the funeral. When the coffin went past, that was a little rough. I don't know. I hope it's my last one.
So go straight up right now. There's a lot of things going on at all times, you know? Shit's hitting the fan, the roof starts to collapse, you gotta get off. You know, you gotta really improvise.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Basically, you have to be on the top of your game.
Right.
You're not the OV. You're on the top of your game. This is not a joke, this job. You know?
Right.
There's a lot of things to think about, you know? And tunnel vision, focus, really, because that's what's going to keep you alive, and that's what's going to give you the opportunity to help anybody else.
Right.
Ready to go down?
Fire or no fire, Tony had learned a lot that summer. Sure, he had a ways to go, but we'd teach him. Far as we knew, there was plenty of time. A few days later, Jules cooked a French dinner for the guys. At least he tried to.
Decided to cook leg of lamb, which I told him for a long time was one of my specialties.
I think he cooked 1, and we really needed at least 5.
Where's Frenchie?
That's too funny to me. I always laugh when I hear that part.
Alright, I got a small piece, so what? My mistake.
We stayed up late, just telling jokes and busting chops.
This is it. That's all that's left.
This is the best part of the meat.
Even though the guys were making fun of us because we didn't cook enough, we were all having a great time. We were getting accepted.
Oh, you were just shaking it in the end. I don't know.
We all joked all night long. It was really a great night. Little did we know.
It was the night of September 10th.
Wait, what? Did my stream go down?
It's going to be a beautiful day today. Sunshine throughout. Low humidity. Really a splendid September day. The afternoon temperature about 80 degrees. Great weather for the
No. Come on.
It's begun to sound like some sort of a cliche. But really, September 11th started out like every other day.
Well, currently winds out of the northwest 6 miles per hour. Relative humidity 70%. 66 in Newark, 64 degrees in Bridgeport, 67 in Midtown, and heading for 80.
8 o'clock in the morning,
Don't throw the fan away, please.
the day guys were just coming in. I was off that day. 13 guys from my firehouse were on.
Around 8:30.
Ladder.
I believe the run came in.
Get the run for the gas leak, or an odor of gas in the street, actually, I think it was.
It's just Lispinard and Church, odor of gas. And we responded.
Okay, let's try and pick this up by oh shit. I'm showing my the back end of my system here. I shouldn't have that up. Damn it. It should come back up, I think. Go to this one for now. Let me just turn this off for now. Okay, I think I can get the stream back if I do something specific. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, the stream is back. Okay, so we might have to take this a different way. I think I can lower or increase the speed. I think I can increase the speed to bring it back. Or I think I might need to talk about it a little bit more. Where is... 4,500 kilobits. Okay, I can adjust that. Okay, let's see, settings. Okay, I'm gonna go up to 115 because I've always found 115 seems to be a decent speed to still listen to stuff, but not be able to focus on stuff. Like it's not going so fast you can't keep up with it, if that makes any sense at all. If not, then I can understand why that sounds stupid. But let me try and get this pulled back up. Nope, not that window. Where the hell's the window I had all my stuff in? There we go. Okay. Play at 1.15 speed. I have to go back probably a few minutes, right? What if I ran it through a compressor and a couple other things that would change the audio enough to totally fuck with it? Let's try that. We might have a way to do that. Wait, no. Let's go back up to 8,000. Okay, so let's try that. So let's transition back. But let me go to Chrome Audio, Filters, add compressor. And let's add limiter. Let's also add EST plugin. Okay. Yeah, let me try a couple things here. This is going to change the way it sounds a little bit, but I think it will. I think it might help keep us from getting struck again. And let's do that. Limiters 6. And then I've got that clicker thing on there, another plugin. I've got a bunch of VST plugins because that's why. So if I can take enough changes to this, and what I can also do is add color source. And what I can do is select a color. Let's do that. Wait, color picker. Let's do that. What if I go white? Okay, so white. Okay. I take this white color And I go like this. You guys can't see what I'm doing here. Here, I'll actually do it so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So what I'm going to do, let's go like that. Go like that. And then I'm going to do, how do I change the transparency? Property, filters. I think it's a filter. So what I will do is I will add how the hell do I do this again? Damn it. 2, 3. OBS. Yes, we're Googling crap on the fly in the middle of the 9/11 stream. I hate myself. Filters, color key, effect filters. Key. Increase opacity. Okay, I think you guys can see what's happening here. All right, so as you can see, I've put this white block over the area where the video will be, right? But what I'm doing, and you'll see how it's going to work here in just a second. So let's do that. So one is, okay, so 0.03, no, 0.3. 0.3. Okay, so let's do that. What I can do is I can make it not as obvious to you guys by bringing that contrast down a bit, brightness about there, and then gamma doesn't matter. Okay, so close that. And then I just need to adjust the size a little bit more. So it's fully covering that video. And then let's try this again. And I will also lower the audio on the browser. So I'm going to bring it down to -4 dB. And because I think it's probably what's going to catch it. So let's go back. I think we were back probably what? 20. We did did you guys see the dinner with the pork? So Connor says, what do you think the psychological implications of 9/11 were in the long term? The simple answer, awful. I cannot imagine what it was like to have that happen and to live through that. And I'm not saying that lightly, right? Like to deal with that is just something I could not imagine. Like I know it impacts me, just like hearing stories and watching this stuff it could just fucking bring you down, and it's awful. Like no one should ever have to go through that. It's completely disgusting. I can't imagine what it was like to live through that. And I would never want to see anyone go through that. I don't like seeing. We saw the start of the making of the Lego lamp. Okay, perfect. That gives me exactly where. Oh, you guys saw my dashboard for a minute. Woohoo. Okay, so let's start there again. So lowering it. Okay, I lowered it on the board. Close that, and then real quick, I need to do one more thing. Is I also have a way to do, it's another feature I figured out how to do through my OBS preparations, right? I just need to do this real quick. And okay, here we go. So what I do is I go back over to here, start, enter URL, connect, and then I think it's going to work. Standard super sticker template. Okay, perfect. So there we go. Perfect. So what I can also do is I have this feature where I can, and see if it works real quick. Yeah. God damn it. Trying to make things work here. And it's totally not working. So you may have saw things you weren't supposed to see. So let's just pretend we didn't see anything. Okay, so we need to do browser source here. Go OK. And then I need the setup localhost 3000 source. And we go OK. And then what I can do. Oh, wrong direction. Width 700, I'll say 800, height 500, okay. Now what I can do is I can bring y'all's chats up like on StreamYard. So for example, when Connor asks this question, I can bring it up. I can put here. And I can bring up Evil Bunny's thing right here. Wait. Where'd it go? Select. Someone type a really long chat that like takes up all the chat space. That should fit in here like my plan was to have it fit. Okay. You could overlay a mostly transparent chat window over the documentary. Okay. Neither. Okay, so it's not showing the full chat when I do that. So unselect, reselect. Is it the template? Does it have to be this one? I guess it's being a bitch. Or do I need to do it this way? Oh. And that's weird. That's a full chat. And that's weird. I've actually been in talks with this developer to add different features. And so, because I really love this program. And so I'm hoping that I can work with him, because I don't program in the language he programs in, or that he's made this in. So as you can see, there's different like templates you can use. I prefer the clean one. I think it looks the best. See? But it's not showing the whole chat. Is that because I did this? Or is it? Oh. That's weird. I will get in touch with the dev and tell him that there's issues with it, because that's not what it's supposed to be doing. But because I love this program, he basically emulated the entire StreamYard setup with this tool, and it's fucking sweet. It's just sad that it's not working, because I like being able to pull people's messages up and like address them on stream. So I'll have to talk to him about that. But okay, so what I can also do is overlay Mostly transparent chat, you said. All right, so let's do this. I have to go to my StreamElements thingy I had open. Here we go. And I will need to make a third version of this because I'm about to completely fuck it all up. I'm basically editing my template live because we're going to do a bucket. We'll do it live like the late, great President Reagan said in his on-air broadcast. Yes, I know that's incorrect. Don't at me. All right, so let's put that there. Shit. I did not mean to do that. I'll have to create 2 of these. So, chat overlaid there, and then position, opacity, like 18. And then we need another chat to actually go back over here. So while I'm doing this, how do you guys like the layout of the new setup? Do you think it's overdone? Do you think I need to clean shit up a bit? I'm just trying to get feedback so I can make I'm trying to improve the quality, and I'd like to stream more now that I'm monetized, right? Okay, so this one over here looks correct. And then this one over here, layers. Lock that one. And then let's, almost done, guys. Almost done. Like I said, we're doing it live. And then text settings. And I think I can use this, and I think this might work. All right, so I have to just name it a different thing. Chat vid over. I have to save it as something new because this is not, so save, then copy the link. Okay, so once you guys start chatting, it should start, oh yeah, it's locked. So now let's save that. And it's not covering the whole thing. On this, the green on this side. So, and so save again. Okay, the left one's good. Okay, now it should work. Now it should work. Ken is cute. Who's calling me cute? I left the background in because I'd like the counseling office setup. Because my plan is to use like the setup here, and then put my head avatar back on the chair, and do a couple other things. But I haven't. I was trying to set up today's stream for, what you call it? Open a new tab, and then it's just the same. So go back to OBS, and then let's do browser source, SC overlay with TP chat. And go like that. 1920 by 1080. Because I'm bringing this to you in full HD. But I need to bring it down here. Okay. Now that should work, I think. Okay. Projector. But is it not showing? So let me do this. Test 1, 2, 3. Ah, man, it must be very. I think it might be too transparent. Oh, I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what the fucking problem is I'm stupid. Is I have to do it in a different way. Here we go. Here's what has to happen. I have to create a whole new overlay that's literally just the chat. Start, add widget, stream chat, roughly here. Add image so I can at least fucking line it up properly. Oh my god, this is a fucking clusterfuck. I am so sorry, guys. I feel like such a noob. It feels awful right now. I feel boomerish to hell and back. I really want to watch this documentary, and the fact that I can't right now is actually pissing me off. All right, let's do position 0 and then 0 for that. And then lock that bitch in place so I don't fucking move it by accident. Put this up here. Now let's try this fucking thing again. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Do people really think I have a soothing voice? Because I keep seeing people say that, and I don't understand how. But I'll take it as a win, if that makes sense. It's just crazy. I never thought my voice was soothing. And it's like, I don't even have all my fancy filters and shit all over my my thing right now, which I'd love to have more of, but I just don't have right now. So let's do this as chat overlay for vids. Move that, and then solely just that. So we save this. We copy that link. Come back here. This is like a Bob Ross painting. So we're gonna make some happy little StreamYard link or StreamElement links. Chat TP overlay. And so we come down here, and we'll put a little bit of fuck you YouTube right here. We'll put a little bit of fuck you YouTube red right here, in the red color. We'll make it stand for blood. Oh, I know, right? At least it was a policy thing and not a guideline strike. So I'll take that as a win. Okay, yes, the chat is overlaying. The chat is overlaying on the thing. Perfect. Should I make it more visible, or do you think that's enough? So that's what it would look like with the video playing. Do you think that's good enough? I unfortunately haven't had to do that yet, Shortest Mike. I haven't had to sue anyone on Coke. Yes, you have a good voice for therapy. Thank you. Well, Michael Palmer in Nick's chat would disagree with you that I've never been a therapist. And if I don't dox myself on stream and because I'm afraid of sharing my real name and who I am, I'm just hoping that's enough. Let me bump it up to, because that's 25% opacity. Let me bump it up, or 20. Let me bump it up to like 30% just to be safe. And then that should work. All right. Then, All right, turn the volume down. I need to open back up my stupid live streaming window to keep an eye on this bitch because I'm so worried they're gonna pull it again. So let me pull this out. I need to pull that out real quick, and then I can leave that up right there, just enough to keep an eye on it. That's all I want. All right, so let's try this again.
Decided to cook leg of lamb, which I told him for a long time was one of my specialties.
I'll be making some adjustments to the audio as we go, so.
We really needed at least 5.
Where's Frenchie? A couple more meals like this, we'll be able to share shirts.
All right, I got a small piece, so what? Not my mistake.
We stayed up late, just telling jokes and busting chops.
That's all that's left. That's the best part of me.
Even though the guys were making fun of us because we didn't cook enough, we were all having a great time. We were getting accepted.
Oh, you were just shaking it in the end. I don't know.
We all joked all night long. It was really a great night. Little did we know.
It was the night of September 10th.